That thumbnail though. Guilt free.
Traptendo.
What is going on, guys? DJ Av here, and today we're going to check out Chord Composer. This is the newer version of it. I have done a review of it in the past. You can look at the top right of the screen or the link in the description box for the previous videos I have done on that, so that you can check out the previous ones just in case I missed some stuff. But it is a chord generator and a music theory plugin that does a whole bunch of things that I think will be adequate if I use FL Studio because of its drag and drop features. It also features a new up and down and mix pluck mode for the strums, so that way you can do some arpeggiation and other things as well. And I think it's a really good plugin for what it's worth. And yes, I have not forgot about doing an all artificial intelligence cook-up video. It is on the way, but let's go ahead and check out Chord Composer in the flesh. So this is Chord Composer in the flesh here. This is version 1.1.1, and there are some new features that I mentioned, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I did to set it up, because Chord Composer in itself does not make any sounds. Perhaps Intuitive Audio will think about adding some sounds to it, because I think a good test tone or two would help with the vibe with it, so you don't have to link it up. But here's how you deal with that anyways. So you just go right into FL Studio right here, and you set up your output port to whatever port that you want. I just set it up to output 3 because my output port 3 is not taken. And then I'm using Chord Wave Station here, and this is how it looks like. And then just going in here, I set it up to receive, so input port is 3, so they have to both be alike. That's how you do that. And the sound sounds like this. I do have a drum line set up, so we're gonna go and check that out. But let's go ahead and check out some of the features of Chord Composer. So Chord Composer is really good for what it's worth. I do like how you set it up here. We're in the chord generator tab, and you can set up a key here. I'm gonna go ahead and set up a F sharp Dorian, and then I'm going to set up a few other things here. I'm gonna leave the chords. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and select something, maybe some sevenths. So about 4 keys here. Inversions, I'm just gonna leave the inversions alone for right now. And extras, I'll just go ahead and set up a root to 2, and then we can press create chords to create a chord, and this is what it would look like right now. And let's just go ahead and play that. So what we're gonna do here is I got a drum line laid out, so let's hear how it sounds like with the drum line in perspective right now. So that's what we got so far. But there are other things that people do not understand this thing can do that's pretty damn cool. We have this section right here where you can do all kinds of different chord options, and you can flip things further from this point. But I'm gonna go over here to the quick pattern generator, and before I do that, I'm gonna go to the strums, because I want to set up some strums, and then I'm gonna go ahead and humanize it, and I am going to add a little bit less velocity, so it will sound more realistic to what somebody would play. Setting this up, you can set up a up pluck, a down pluck, and a mix 1, 2, and 3. These are new features that you could do. You can also set up for it to be, instead of every beat, to different things right here. You can do like every note here, every half note. And let's hear how that sounds like. Okay, we're in the chord player tab right now, and you have to make sure that you press on the chord playing for you to be able to play the chords on your keyboard. Now, since I'm playing C2, I'm gonna go over here to C2, and I can do other things as well, like setting up strums on here. Strums. have E2. Over here to E2 and set up some strums here. Now I'm gonna do some down plugs. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit update. And you can also record them in now. They have added scenes, so I guess to make it a little easier on you when you record. We're gonna try to play something into these scenes here. You have up to 6 scenes. You gotta make sure that your transport is armed, so make sure that you're armed in your DAW. So it's gonna have a count in. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep the second scene. That's pretty cool. I can even slide this over into the DAW right now so I can have something to play with here, and this is how it would look like inside of the DAW. So the next tab is the pattern generator, which is pretty cool because you can then define patterns the way you want. So I'm over here into the D#4 diminish. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the E4 major 7th. And we're gonna go and define it over here. There's different patterns you can load up. As you can see, it's chopping it up into different patterns here so you can further augmentate it. I'm gonna go ahead and not do a strum or anything like that. You can do some down plugs if you want, and I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply it. So create pattern, boom, and here we go. Then last but not least, we have this area right here where you can further define your progressions. You also can rename them and do whatever. You also can copy and paste them over to like the second one, drag the copy. So I'm gonna drag the copy it over. So if I want to do that and save whatever I had previously, you can. Last but not least, there are some presets that you can go to. I'm in the house ARPs and I'm gonna see how that sounds like. Go and check out slow ARPs. Going to ambient. Hip hop. Let's hear how hip hop sounds like. So let me know how you feel about this in the comments section. Of course, I do have the previous videos available if you go into the link in the description box, or if you check out the top right of the screen. So please check that out. Is this cheating or nah? I don't know. I'm still 100% guilt-free on this. I really do think this is a really strong tool. However, I think the functionality is a little weird at times, and it's something that kind of bothers me, but at the same time, it's still a great utility. So the pros are, I really like the drag and drop MIDI for people that use FL Studio. I think that's really good. Even if you use Ableton Live, that's really dope, though. In Ableton Live, you can record stuff without any third-party software. So yeah, it's really good in there. I think that the new features in the chord player are really dope. I like the new strumming features, so that way you can get some pretty on-point ARPs, and then you can dictate which keys do strumming and which keys you do not want strumming inside of the scales. The cons, I really hope that they add more scales to it, and I wish they would improve some of the functionality in FL Studio, because it's a little iffy in FL Studio. Even though I don't use FL Studio primarily, there are people that will have a problem with it. So do I give it the stamp of approval? Well, I'll give it a 75% yes.